Good afternoon, grade 8s. We're going to start today's class with Algebra, and we are welcoming Tabisile. She's going to sit in today. She's visiting us on the farm, so poor Lucy is not so lonesome anymore. Welcome, Tabisile. You can go and sit down in the class. Grade 8s, we're going to start with Algebra today. Graad 8, ons begin met Algebra vandag. Algebra was invented by way back in about 800 before Christ was invented by Muhammad al-Khwarizmi. That was the guy that invented algebra, just for the interest's sake. So hierdie slim ou het wiskunde ontdek, en let's start with grade 1 maths. Can you remember in grade 1 there was a little block, and then I said we're going to add 3 and that equals 4, and you had to fill in the block. So when you had to fill in the block, it was very easy because ons weet dat daar 'n 1 in die blokkie ingaan. 1 plus 3 gee 4. So now when we in the higher grades, when we are in the high school, there's no block anymore, but we use now letters of the alphabet. But it's still so very easy. It's very easy because the X is exactly the same thing as a little block. It's a placeholder. So ons het die X, ons gebruik nou die X in die hoërskool, ons gebruik nie meer 'n blokkie soos in die laerskool nie, en daar kan ietsie binne in die X inspring. Something can goes into the place of X. So I can put in a thing that into X that will make this thing true. And the only thing that I can put into the place of X will be 1. Dus die oplossing vir X in hierdie geval is 1. When I write something down like 2x plus 1, when I write things down like this, as ek 2x plus 1 neerskryf, dan praat ons hier van 'n algebraiese uitdrukking. 2x plus 1 we call an algebraic expression. Why an algebraic expression? Because there's a letter of the alphabet in it. Algebraic expression. So now we can take any number and we can go and put it into the place of X, because X is a little placeholder. When there's an equals to, as ek 'n is gelyk aan in 'n vergelyking inskryf, dan noem ek hom nie meer 'n algebraiese uitdrukking nie, maar ek noem hom 'n algebraiese vergelyking. When there's an equals to in an algebraic expression, then we name it algebraic equation. Algebraic, now this is the difference between an algebraic expression, there's no equals to, and that's an algebraic equation because there's a equals to. Hier is nie 'n is gelyk aan nie, daar is 'n is gelyk aan. Ons kry ook partymal 2 letters van die alfabet. We've got 2 letters of the alphabet, or 3 or 4 even. This means it's a placeholder, and that's another placeholder. Dis 'n blokkie en dis nog 'n blokkie. And the point in mathematics means multiplication. Vermenigvuldiging. So wat maal wat gee vir my 6? What times what will give me 6? X can be 2, and if X is 2, then Y must be 3, because 2 times 3 gives me 6. So you must know that the point in mathematics means multiplication. So now X can have lots of values. X can be 1. If X is 1, Y is 6. If X is 2, Y is 3. If X is 6, Y equals 1. See? So there can be lots of values for X and Y. So I'm going to do now an example. I'm first going to do it in Afrikaans and then in English. Listen carefully. Ek koop 3 koeldranke by die snoepie. Ek betaal met R100 en ek kry R64 terug. Listen carefully. I'm buy 2 cold drinks. No, let's make it 3 cold drinks. Did I say 2? No, we're going to buy 3 cool drinks at the tax shop. I pay with a 100 rand note and my change is 64 rand. Juffrou gaan weer sê in Afrikaans. Ek gaan met die snoepie en ek koop 3 koeldranke, ek betaal met 'n 100 rand noot en ek kry 64 rand terug. So let's write this now as an algebraic equation. See, I'm going to buy 3 cold drinks. Do I know what the cold drink costs? No, that's what I want to determine. So I'm going to make a little placeholder for the price of the cold drink as X. 3 times X, that's the price of 1 cold drink because I buy the similar cold drinks. All of them cost the same. So what do I get? I pay with 100 rand. I get 64 rand back. So what did I pay for the 3 cool drinks? 36 rand. I do a minus sum because I get the 64 rand back. So I only paid 36. Ek het mos 64 rand teruggekry, so ek het net 36 rand betaal. So 3 times X equals 36. So now I can work out what 1 cold drink costs. So if I've got 3 X's, I can get X alone by dividing with 3 on both sides. Ek kan X alleen kry deur met 3 te deel. That cancels and 36 divided by 3 gives me 12. So 1 cold drink will cost 12 rand. And that's now brilliant because I've written an algebraic equation to determine the cost of 1 cold drink. Excellent. Baie mooi, ek het 'n algebraiese uitdrukking geskryf om my storie op te los. Now, let's quickly see. If we've got an algebraic expression like this, 3 times y times x times 8 equals, okay. If I've got an algebraic expression like that, I can write it simple by doing the following. As ek 'n algebraiese uitdrukking soos hierdie het, kan ek dit eenvoudig skryf deur die volgende te doen. Ek kan gaan sê, this is 2 numbers. I can multiply numbers. So 3 times 8 gives me 24. I can calculate that. And x, y, if I write it next to each other, it means multiplication. So that's my answer. Okay, easy. I can rewrite that expression into 24xy, short and sweet. Now, as ek vir jou sê, x het die volgende waardes. X is 'n element van die volgende versameling en x kan 2 moontlike waardes hê. X kan 3 of 4 wees. If I give you this, it means that x is an element of the set 3 and 4, meaning x can be 3 and after that we can change it with 4. And now I ask you, calculate the following. Plus, yes. So what do I need to do? Very simple. I just take my first x value, 3, and I put it into the place of x. Let's go and do it. Okay, I'm going to make my bracket, and then I'm going to put 3 into the place of x plus 5. So 3 plus 5 gives me 8, 2 brackets first, and 2 times 8 gives me 16, and that's my final answer. So now I've done 3. Let's do 4 now. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing, maar nou gaan ek net 4 gebruik. Put 4 into the place of x. Now it's 4 instead of 3. So ek gaan eers my hakkie doen. 4 plus 5 is nou gelyk aan 9. And 2 times 9 gives me 18. So nou het ek al twee my waardes van x binne in x se plek gaan sit. We've made that substitution and that's now my final answer. Thank you, grade 8. That's that for today and we're gonna do our homework on the group. Be safe and do your homework thoroughly. See you tomorrow.